Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's unacceptable Al Roker shocking update drops just a few minutes ago. Broken our hearts, this news must see. To understand why Al Roker needed a break, you'd need to rewind the calendar several weeks. At 69, Al wasn't showing any signs of slowing down, not even close. If anything, he seemed to be moving faster than ever. In the span of a single month, Al had crisscrossed the country 3 times for special Today assignments. He'd reported live from New Orleans for a hurricane preparedness special, spent an emotional weekend in Kentucky for a veterans tribute, and hosted a Today town hall in Detroit addressing youth literacy and community programs. And that wasn't all. Al had also recently launched a new passion project, a cooking web series titled Roker's Recipes Reimagined, where he explored nostalgic meals from his childhood with a modern, healthy twist. The series had gone viral on YouTube, drawing hundreds of thousands of views and praise from both celebrity chefs and longtime fans. On top of all that, he'd recently returned from a whirlwind press tour for his latest book, Storms in the Sunlight, a memoir filled with behind-the-scenes stories of his decades in broadcast journalism. He's been running at 110%, Jenna Bush Hager admitted during the segment. Honestly, we were telling him for days to take a little breather. After taping a packed week of shows, appearances, and book signings, Al finally listened to his family, his friends, and perhaps most importantly, to his own body. He called me Friday night, Craig Melvin later shared, and he goes, "Craig, I think I'm gonna sleep the whole weekend." And I said, "You should, Al." Al took Monday off, a rare move for the famously dedicated broadcaster. But it wasn't just about fatigue. According to sources close to the show, Al had also been advised by his doctors to give himself a few days to recharge after experiencing light exhaustion symptoms. Nothing serious, but worth paying attention to. "He's not sick," Dylan clarified. "He's just being smart. You know Al, he gives 100% to everything, and sometimes that means you've got to hit pause and refuel." Al's idea of rest, however, didn't include lying in bed all day watching reruns. Instead, he spent his Monday morning in his favorite armchair, a steaming cup of herbal tea in hand, classical jazz playing softly in the background. His wife, journalist Deborah Roberts, had made him her famous veggie omelet and insisted he unplug his phone for at least a few hours. I told him, "You don't get to check emails today," she joked on Instagram. Doctor's orders. According to their daughter Layla, Al took a long walk in Central Park that afternoon, stopping often to chat with fans and even pose for a selfie or two. He also carved out time to read, meditate, and, of course, test out a new soup recipe for his cooking series. "He's bad at doing nothing," Layla said with a laugh, "but we're proud of him for slowing down, even if just for a day." Back at 30 Rock, Today staffers were flooded with messages from fans expressing both relief and support. Cards arrived at the studio. Cupcakes were delivered by a group of elderly fans from Brooklyn who dubbed themselves Roker's Rainbows. Social media remained abuzz. Al Roker is one of the hardest working men in media. He's earned every second of that rest. At TV Land forever. Hope he's enjoying a quiet moment with a good book and no alarm clock. At Alphanson's 1998. They better not prank him when he gets back. At Chase of the Weather. The last comment referred to today's tradition of gentle ribbing whenever a host returns from a break, usually involving old photos, embarrassing blooper clips, or a surprise dish cooked by a chaser. "Don't give them any ideas," Al later joked from home via video call. Toward the end of Monday's third hour, Chanel interrupted the normal broadcast with a sparkle in her eye. "We've got someone who wants to say hello," she said, gesturing toward the screen. And there he was, Al Roker, beaming from his kitchen, holding up a mug that read, "I'm not gone, just resting." "Good morning, Today family," he said cheerfully. "I just wanted to thank everyone for the outpouring of love and check in to let you know I'm doing just fine. I've been catching up on sleep, reading some great novels, and making way too much soup. But I'll be back at the desk before you know it, probably tomorrow morning, knowing me. Dylan wiped away a mock tear. We miss you, Al. Miss you guys too, he said, raising his mug. Now go give Chanel a hard time for me.